Joining me now, Gina Loudon. She's political analyst, member of President Trump's Media Advisory Board. Great to see you, Gina. And radio talk show
Good to be
host
with you, Lou.
for New York's WOR, Mark Simone. Good to see you.
Good to be here.
Gina, let's start with everybody's talking about DACA right now, it seems, in Washington, while Mexico is a narco state in the grip of the deadliest violence in its history.
It really is, Lou, and I can speak very personally to this because I just moved to Florida from San Diego, California, where I could literally see the Tijuana Mountains behind me. And so I've spent a lot of time in Mexico, and I can tell you it has gotten progressively more dangerous. The government there is very corrupt, and the people know it, and those dangers bleed across the border and cost American lives. And that's why this border wall is so important.
Well, you know, the president has, throughout the campaign, throughout his first year in office, has focused on the cartels. He's the only president in American history to actually say he's going to stop the cartels. But coming across that border mark are the largest number, the majority of methamphetamines, marijuana, cocaine, heroin that enter this country.
Not to mention terrorism, weapons. What is the point of inspecting all the cargo to port if the border is wide open?
Right.
Now, some people get a little wobbly on the president, saying maybe he's not going to really build this wall. He's a builder at heart, and if you know him, that's been the most important thing, those buildings, those monuments.
He also keeps his promises.
He keeps his promises, and this is a chance to build one of the great landmarks of America that will be there forever, and he knows that. He'll build that wall.
Well, that and DACA itself, we watched 6 senators, Gina, three left-wing Dems and 3 rhino Republicans come together and ballyhoo the fact that 6 of them had come to a consensus on open borders and amnesty, which of course has been their view throughout.
It has been their view throughout, Lou, and you spell it out so well. They've muddied the issue so much. You know, there is a difference between immigration and illegal immigration, but the waters they're muddying now, the way they're trying to confuse the public, is by not making any distinction between DACA and the Dreamers. There's a big distinction. DACA involves about 700,000 people, right? Those are people we know who are deferred, who came here as children. They're adults now, but they came here as children.
And
Dreamers is anyone who dreams, yes, and registered, very important distinction. Dreamers is anyone who dreams of getting free stuff from taxpayers in America. That could involve tens of millions of people, Lou. This is not the same thing as DACA, and we need to make sure and make those distinctions. The president's absolutely right on this.
We got to stop using the word dreamer. A dreamer is somebody still in their country, waiting in line, trying to get here. Right. Somebody that's already here illegally is not a dreamer. They've gotten here.
Yeah, and the idea that that this Senate, this Congress can make a deal with the president. He has extended a hand to make that possible. He's willing to bargain, he's willing to negotiate, and yet what he gets met with immediately is from Senator Dianne Feinstein, Mark, an offer to have a clean DACA, and we'll take up border security and all of that later. Precisely what every president has run into since 1986. Well,
listen, she's a nice woman, IQ maybe 90, 95, not the brightest woman around, but she's trying. She means well. She's got a cold.
That is the darndest excuse I've ever heard for leaking, documents.
But he's got a lot of Lyndon Johnson in him. He's a deal maker. Let's make everybody happy in the end.
You know, I said earlier in the show, to me, he was at his best sitting there with all of those folks in the cabinet room that he had brought in to talk about DACA, Gina, and he was in the center ring of the circus that unfolded before cameras, talking issues, negotiating. We haven't seen that of our Congress or our Senate, which is too bad.
Yeah, that's because he has never been afraid of being completely transparent because he has nothing to hide, unlike the swamp that has everything to hide, complete with Dianne Feinstein putting an exclamation point on the swamp's willingness to hide everything by using the excuse of having a cold to release documents. I want to know what happens if Dianne Feinstein gets the flu. But you contrast the president and his open policy and letting the cameras in with Congress Congress today, and this meeting of these 6 just going ahead and deciding they're going to decide everything behind the scenes, and we don't even know what's in it yet.
Oh, if she gets bronchitis, nuclear codes will get released.
Well,
Exactly.
let's hope that that isn't the case.
Exactly.
Mark, thanks so much. Mark
Thanks.
Simone, Gina Loudon, thank you both. Appreciate it.